Hi, Rabbi Brian. Going to start this Saturday service just in a few minutes. Glad you're here. I'll be right back to get this whole party started. Just setting up right now. Yeah, you could put comments in Facebook or in. Or let me say hi to you. You can put comments in Facebook or in YouTube, and they'll show up right here. So I'll see you in a minute. Hi, Aviva. Hello, my friend. Glad you're here. I'm still setting up a little bit. What am I setting up? I am setting up. The microphone is on. That is on. I'm checking to see I'm in the right room, because that's an important thing, right? Aviva! Hello! Oh, there you are.
Hi, Rabbi Brian. Can you hear me?
I can. Sounds like you're on the road.
Yeah, I'm driving out to the desert, but I didn't want to miss another meetup.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I'll mute myself, but please feel free to, drive things on your end.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm going to.
How are you?
Tired. I was, but I'm not really wanting to complain.
Yeah.
I was at the protest last night,
Yeah.
cause that's what one's got to do sometimes. There was quite a,
Well, thank you. Thank you for your labor.
yeah,
There.
it's, we all got to do our pieces, right?
Yeah, I was actually assaulted by the police at the Student Climate March back in September.
Oh, no.
So I've just been staying clear, so I just have so much appreciation for.
Yeah, well, we all went, the whole group of clergy of us, and we pretty much said, yeah, they'd be idiots if they,
Tried to mess with me.
right? It's just like, don't do that.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, hi, Candace. Well, Candace is connecting in. Hi, Candace.
Hi, Rabbi.
Glad you're here, my friend.
I made it. I woke up.
You did. Well, that sometimes that's a lot.
And it beats the alternative.
We don't know that for sure. I'm just saying we could be like living biased. Not encouraging you to check out, But
No, I have no intention of doing so.
oh, and hi, Joe. And there's Troy. Hi, my friends. This is good stuff. Good stuff. I got people here. I have a whole slide deck of fun ready for us.
A whole slide deck?
Well, I have all these different. Ready? I'll give you a preview because you guys are here early. There's this one, and that one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one, and that one. We got a lot to do today.
Okay.
Yeah.
The wedding was adorable.
Did you watch the wedding?
Yes, I did. They are the cutest little two I've ever
Isn't
seen.
it sweet? Yeah. It's
She just doesn't stop smiling. smiling.
No, she's a kick in the pants. I'm gonna show a moment of the video from the wedding. Hopefully Liz and Ethan will be here too.
Yeah, I envy them in a way.
Wow, they do live in Portland.
Oh, well, then I can't ever up that end. I'm stuck in Midway.
Well, yeah. How you doing, Joe? You feeling all right? You got good medical news?
I did actually. Do you want to know? You want to know the stats?
I'll nod along. Yeah.
On February 24th, when I went into the ER, the function of my heart was 12% or less.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm only 61, and it was my first event, and I don't fit the mold of any of the usual templates. They redid my echo, and it's up to 40% from less than 12.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy amazing.
So do we get all that worry back?
Where is it going back?
I don't know. If we were really worried that the numbers weren't going to go up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you can throw all that worry in we can throw it in the trash can.
All right. That's good. Well, congratulations. I'm glad to hear. You're going up and down stairs, no problems.
Right.
Good.
But normal is, I'm still not normal. 55 to 70 is normal.
Joe,
So, yeah,
you're not normal.
I know.
Yeah.
I have been trying to be normal for 61 years, and it's not working.
Give it up, lady. And Troy, how are you? Troy, you're going to have an online bar mitzvah. Can we invite some of these people to that?
Sure, might as well. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
cool. Congratulations.
it's going to be in house preparation. You ready?
Well, I got my Torah scroll, but I open it. I can't turn it,
Oh,
and it's not pointed. The type's real small, so we can use it for the Hatafah, but I'm going to have to read the Torah from the book.
I think that's perfectly fine.
Works for me.
It works for me. Oh, hey, Derek. Glad to see you.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Got two of you as usual.
Yes.
That's great.
The world could use two Derek.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but if I have two of me there, I can see all of you.
It works. And Patty and Ray, it's good to see you. I saw Ray there a second ago.
He'll be back.
All right. We're moments early, and I know there are some people who are watching on Facebook or watching on YouTube, so I want to say hi to those people. I know there are at least 3 people watching on. It doesn't tell me who they are, but I know there are at least 3 people watching on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can throw a chat, put a comment in, and we'll be able to see that. And there's Michael. Hi, Michael.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to change your name again to Michael. Does Nancy know you're borrowing her iPad?
He does, my mother.
Okay.
She's generous, but I don't know how to change her.
That's all right. Hi, Jeff.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chris Ann. Glad to see you. Bright and early. We're ready. Oh, and there we got Bob and Alex and Scott. Glad you guys are both here. Good morning. Good morning. I'm ready today, which makes me anxious and worried because, if I feel prepared, I don't know. Something's going to be wrong.
That's right. You're wearing a white shirt.
I am. I wanted to feel like one of the good guys this morning. Good. Oh, and hello, Meg. Yeah. And hi, Jen. And Chris Ann, I'm gonna call you out there. Can I call you out on that? Chris Ann sent me a private text that said, "Love your COVID hair."
Like I really do love your COVID hair.
Yeah, this is I got. I was going to. Multnomah County just opened to level 1 yesterday, so yesterday was the first day we could get a haircut. Although Father's Day is tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure I saw, because they wrapped it really horribly, new hair trimmer. So either which way, next week, this should be tamed. The other problem is I'm running out of hats that are big enough. You gotta. I could. That's a good idea. Oh, good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Hi, Eileen. Glad to see you made it. You and Bob are in the same location. That's nice.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Good morning, Meg. Good morning, Susan. Glad you're here. Good, good, good. Well, we're a few moments early, and I promise we'll start pretty on time for those of you who are here. Anyone want to remind me what our homework assignment was from last time? Anyone remember what it was? You can say there was none.
The homework was come back next week.
Oh, is that it? Then you're passing. Well played. Well played. I did get, somebody sent me in the mail, I should have brought it down here. They sent me a postcard. They said, I don't remember what the homework was, but I remember the theme was be kind. So
Always right.
it seemed reasonable. Hello, Carolina.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad you're here.
I am. I managed to get up this time.
Wonderful, wonderful. I do. I wonder if anyone could do this while they're still asleep.
Well, we could try that next week.
Next week. All right. Challenge accepted.
Someone just needs to log in while I'm sleeping. That's all.
That's it. It's kind of creepy in that way.
Yeah, let's just go back to the funny part.
Okay. And hello, Judith. Oh, and there's my friend. Is that Elliot? There's Elliot. Hi, Elliot. And Elliot's keeper, Callie. That's great. Oh, and hi, my friend Rags. Glad to see you. And Lee, the only person who got my video game reference to last week. Thank you very kindly. Appreciate that. And can I say hi to Elliot? Elliot, can you wave?
Can you wave?
Hi, Elliot. Will you say hi to my little guy?
Hi, Elliot.
Hi, buddy. Oh. That's good. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad, Elliot, I'm glad you and your keeper are here. Yeah, and hi, Karen Roberts and Batcha, welcome, and Sarah, I'm glad you joined. Joan, I'm glad you're here. And look at this. This is great. Carol Williams is on. Oh, and there's my little elfin friend. Hi, Rita.
Hi there.
Glad to see you. Good, good. Well, we are just at 8 o'clock. Oh, and there's Ken, who's joined over Joe's shoulder. I'm always glad to see Ken's joined us. Wonderful. And Ruth Bernstein's here. And my sister, Sari. And hi, Pamela. Glad you made it. And Sean. Welcome, Sean. Glad you're here. And I know we have a few people who are just on audio only today. And we're going to get started. I'm going to get started with, I've had some funnies. I'm going to just start with those so that those of you who are here on time can feel super appreciated. So let me bring up that slide right here. No? There it is. Hey, want to hear a coronavirus joke? Sure. Not going to tell you. You might spread it. Folks, this is me here in the little bubble window here, which I think was really cool. This was that by the way was the best of the jokes. So, here come the next one. And and look, my niece is here. That's nice. Hi, Maya. All right, that one. Glad you enjoyed. And here's the next one. Dad, why don't we get coronavirus? Because we have antibodies. Okay, Jim, I'm glad you just joined. You missed the first two really bad jokes. So you got this one. This one was pretty all right. Here's next one coming in. Old photo of people eating in a restaurant. Photo was taken in 2019 BC.
It's like Katz's Deli.
Isn't it? I think it might be. It's just odd. Isn't it odd to see that many people in one place? What a thing. All right, next one. Oh, I need this.
Oh my God, I need that.
Me, that's a great shirt. We should do that.
And I will tell you guys, I have a bit of face blindness. If people look too differently, I don't know what they look like. These masks, who's having a hard time hearing and knowing where people, like, you can't see who people are. It's rough. All right, I got two other things to share with you this morning. One, we are celebrating Father's Day here today in my household because we have things that have to happen tomorrow. So I wanted to wish all fathers a happy Father's Day, and anyone who acts in a paternal way, happy Father's Day. And I'm a little bit sleepy. This was me at about 11 o'clock last night. I was out marching because I needed to. So if you detect a little bit of like, I don't have all the spunk in me today, I'm a little tired. So that's where we are. Let's get officially started. Welcome to the Saturday service. I'm Rabbi Brian. I have a little name thing right there. Rabbi Brian. I'm glad you guys are here. A few announcements to make. Warning. This program contains vulnerability and religion. It is not suitable for all children, so please be advised. You do not need to share if there's something you want to share with. I like to have people unmuted so that you can share. I will be asking some questions, and if I call on you and you don't want to, you can just like wave me off. That's fine. And having been a high school teacher for 7 years, I will tell you that if I see you do something like this, if you raise your hand just to scratch your head, I, of course, think that you are raising your hand, and I will probably call on you. So just to be forewarned. A few little details. Our friend Joe. Say hi, Joe. Joe is, of course, in the chat room making sure that everybody is there. And our friend Alex. Where's Alex? There's Alex. Alex is sitting there with Scott. Alex is also helping to make sure that we're highlighting the right video. Oh, those of you who have dogs, raise your hand. If you have a dog, here's the thing. You don't know when your dog is barking because you don't hear it anymore. We do. So please pay close attention to if you hear your dog barking. So you can...
You know what that was? I think you heard a dog, right? You just hear a dog?
Oh, no, it's my dogs are barking upstairs, so that...
Okay, my dog is my text messages from my children.
Oh, you have a doggy sound to alert you.
Yes, and they have the emergency bypass. So if you heard that, I'm so sorry.
No, it's not on you. You're fine. You're fine. So let me start with this for today. Here is the topic, and I put it in the email so people could start thinking about it ahead of time. Here are 4 questions. Who is rich? Who is honored? Who is wise? Who is mighty? Now, some of you might think you know the answers to these questions, and maybe you do. And look, I got this technology back up again. I'm working on doing this a little easier for me next week. So let me start with this question. Could somebody give me... What makes someone rich? I mean, obviously I got this one. I got greenbacks. But what else makes people rich? Who is rich? How do we know somebody is rich? Carol, I would like answer, and there are officially 4 correct answers, and I don't think that's true. So those people who have studied, who are up on their Jewishness, there are 4 traditional Jewish answers, but I was curious to see what answers we came up with. Oh, hi, Ali Shaw. Glad to see you. And Sarah Maria and April and other people who just joined, Stephen and Rosalind and Ali and Lavender, Lori, Jim, glad you guys are all here. So, Allie Shaw, can I ask you? You're on mute for the. Do you mind? Let's play a game.
Okay.
Allie, what makes one person more wealthy than another?
I think being content with what you have allows you to be far more.
People who are rich are people who are content.
Yeah.
I had students who said rich is not how much you. It's not that you have the most, it's that you need the least.
Same thing.
You like that, right? Rich is not that you have the most. Rich is that you need the least. I tried to explain. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's some people that like it seems like there's just never enough for them and they'll never be satisfied.
You mean you could be president of the United States, have more money than everything in the world, and still be a son of a bitch? Not happy? That was hypothetical. I don't like going politics.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Right. It's sad. It's sad that you can have everything and have nothing.
Yeah.
So rich has something to do with being content. Anyone have anything else we want to add to that?
Having friends?
Oh, having friends fits in pretty well with that, because that's going to help you to be content with what you have, is you got friends. That's all the rich you need. Now, of course, we are all, I think we all get confused sometimes. How many of us get confused that our wealth is the amount of dollars we have and we think we always need more of those? Just a few of us get a little confused with that sometimes. Yeah.
Depends on the pressures that are happening around you.
It right. Depends on your mood, depends where you are. Agreed.
Bill or something like that might refocus your intent on money.
Right. It depends who you're hanging out with, what's going on.
What's happening around you.
Yeah. You might be more or less content.
That could throttle, right? Doesn't make you a bad person. That makes
No. Correct. Thank you, Carolyn. How about honored? What makes somebody honored? What makes somebody honored? That's an interesting one. Well, here in Portland, we have a thing. We used to have these buses and mass transit that everyone used, and we call it, if you're over a certain age, you're an honored citizen and you get a discount. Isn't that a nice way of putting it? You're an honored citizen. What makes someone honored? In Portland, it's above the age of 60. You're honored. What would make somebody honored? Or what would make someone dishonored? Boy, there's a whole sea of people just looking at their cameras right now. That's great.
What is honored? What do you mean by honored?
What do we mean by honored? This is rabbinics, is what do you mean by honored? And then I say, what do we mean by honored? And I don't answer. What does it mean to be honored?
What does it mean?
All right, so let's start with that. That's a great question. What does it mean to be honored? Does everyone in this group know what it feels like when you're being dishonored?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we know what that one feels like. Oh, and this is so exciting. I'm going to here we go. There, I just put up, because Sam Korn put a note up on Facebook and it made me so happy. He said, do you feel like honor can come from yourself, or does it always have to come from other people? Sam Korn, thank you so much for participating on Facebook. All right, people who are here live, can honor be something you do yourself, or must it come from outside? We said when you feel dishonored, usually that's from the outside. But can you feel honored, can that be an internal?
Yes, and being respected for who you truly are.
And that's an inside job. So to be honored would be, give me something, how are we going to define this? Somebody who is honored is somebody who?
Respect integrity.
Who has integrity.
Is accomplished?
Oh yeah, we gotta have some. You gotta have done. You have to have lived to 60 years to make it here to be honored. So you have to have done something. Say that again, Jeff.
Respected by others.
Oh, you are honored. I think that might be circular. You're honored if you're respected by others, so other people honor you. And we got another one coming in here from Facebook. And hi, Dana. I did your wedding like 20 years ago. Wow. Dana says somebody who is respected is honored. So maybe honored and respected are the same. And I'm going to, well, go ahead. Was that
I would add,
yeah.
Not only being respected, but being respected for who you truly are.
Right. So we got, that goes back to integrity. That you, to have honor, schmucks aren't honored.
I think the first thing is you have to honor yourself.
You have to first is, oh, I like that, Bob. Thank you. So to be honored, so maybe it goes both from the outside and the inside. Are there examples you can think of where somebody is honored but they don't honor themselves?
Yes.
Uh-oh, who said yes? That was a very quick yes.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know who it was in the sea of people.
It's Patty.
Go, Patty. You can think of somebody who is not honoring themselves but they're honored elsewhere?
Yes.
Can,
You can think bad things of yourself, or you can think that you are not accomplished, or lots of other things.
and other people can think you are.
Fabulous.
Yeah. How about the other way around? Can somebody consider themselves to be honored and they are not honored by others?
Yes. Like narcissism.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Yeah, it reminds.
Honored, but not necessarily because somebody honors them, but it's just a political thing.
Oh, you're honored with a position, but doesn't mean you are an honorable person.
Right.
Oh, I like that. All right, let's take a look at wise. What makes a person wise? They have wisdom. Thank you. Let's go to the next one now. What makes somebody wise?
When you learn by your mistakes.
Ooh, I like that. You're wise if you learn from your mistakes. What else?
You're wise if you listen.
Wait, go ahead, Michael.
You're wise if you listen well.
Ooh. Did everyone hear that? I was.
And to keep your mouth shut. Appropriate.
Yeah, your ears open.
Yeah.
It's when you know what you don't know.
Oh, so to be wise is to know that you don't know. I heard a little voice. Go ahead, say it again, Alex.
I would argue that wisdom comes from learning from other people's mistakes rather than your own.
Oh, so you can learn from mistakes your own and others. It's so much easier if you can learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wisdom comes from learning.
Emotional intelligence feeds wisdom as well.
Right. Good. How about mighty? What makes somebody mighty? I mean, they can bench press a certain amount of weight. I don't think that's what we're going for here.
Strength is not mighty.
Okay, so it's not the same thing as strength. What is mighty?
Dedication.
Courage is mighty. What are other things that are mighty?
Being able to stand strong so you're not knocked over.
So some kind of conviction.
Perseverance.
Standing strong.
Taking action.
Determination. I like that.
Living your beliefs.
That goes back to conviction of living in your own beliefs.
Your sister said patient.
Well, I like that answer. Help me a little bit more. Why is somebody who has patience considered to be mighty? Why does it take might to be patient? Why does it take might to be wise?
Because they're being thoughtful.
Right? So I'm going to
Put up with all this stuff.
say it again, Troy.
People are giving up. They can put up with all this other stuff that people are just throwing at them.
Right?
They say patience is getting mad or something. I would have been angry with them.
I think that's exactly right. That there's a certain amount of mightiness that we can all respect when somebody doesn't lose their cool. That it takes an amazing amount of might to suppress our animal instincts.
Can I throw love in there too?
You
Patience and love are pretty deeply connected.
Patience
Has something to do with love.
and love. Yeah, it is a mighty thing to love people, is it not?
Yes.
I think I said that was. Let me try it without the negatives. It is mighty to love. Takes great courage. It's scary to do. Go ahead, Ray. You had something.
You're very rich if you're loved.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah, I'm.
Vulnerability.
Say, explain a little, Allie. It's mighty to be vulnerable.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to truly put yourself out there if you're not willing to be slightly vulnerable. That's a very Brene Brown.
Yeah. She's my girlfriend. That's just the truth. It's mighty. It takes courage, conviction, love to be vulnerable. That's all mighty. Now I'm going to give you guys a little. We're going to go over to what Judaism traditionally has said, and I appreciate. I know I got some Jewish scholars out there who knew, because we're it's not quite catechism, but there's like these phrases of like who is rich, and all we learned this here. I'm going to put it up. Hold on one second. There it comes. This is the traditional Jewish response. The traditional Jewish response comes from a book called Pirkei Avot, which was written around the year 200, and it's the wisdom of our ancestors. And here it says, Ben Zoma asked, "Who is wise?" And the answer to who is wise is whoever learns from everyone. And I think we came really close on that you learn all the time from yourself and from others. So who is wise? The traditional answer is?
Whoever learns from everyone.
Whoever learns from everyone. And who is mighty? And the answer to that traditionally is whoever subdues their evil inclination. And I think we were very aligned with that. I liked that we went a little bit more towards vulnerable. But whoever can push them, like that takes real might to not snap. Callie, you're there with a little one. It takes great might to not. Little ones can be so annoying sometimes, and you're big, and it could be so much easier to put them into the car than to ask them to get into the car, and it takes true might to subdue oneself and say, for the 400th time, could you please buckle your seatbelt? That takes might. The next one, who is rich? And we got that one bang on. Whoever is content with what they have. Not the people who have the most. The people who are rich are not the people who have the most. People who are rich are the people who
are content with what they have.
Who are content with what they have. Who need the least.
Stephen Peskin.
My poor daughter cannot understand that I don't want that many Father's Day gifts.
847-293-0699.
Stephen, we're going to have to mute you for a second, my friend. My daughter doesn't understand that I don't want gifts. Right? How many of you are old enough that you like giving gifts more than you like getting gifts?
Totally.
No. How many of us still want gifts? So let's do it this way. Anyone who likes giving gifts, send gifts to anyone who likes to receive gifts. I think this could work out. We got a system here. And then the last one is who is rich, and then who is honored. Who is honored is whoever honors others. And that was the one that made me want to do this with you guys. That the person who is honored is the person who honors others. And the way that I heard this last week was that... Hold on, I'm going to zoom back in on me. Hold on, screens. the person who honors all others is the person who is honored, and that it's so easy for us to want to not honor the opinions of those people. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That we don't want to honor, we want to write people off, and we want to say they don't have a right to their opinion, they somehow are morally bankrupt. And that to truly be honored, you need to honor all those opinions. I'm going to pause there because I have a feeling there might be some blowback.
Blowback.
Blowback. Do it, Michael.
Opinion and being aren't the same thing, right?
True.
Opinions are subjective. Being is essential. There's a big difference.
Okay, so help me out on how I don't have to honor. I have to honor people's beings. I don't have to honor their opinion.
You honor their humanhood, their essential existence, their being, their innate.
Right. I honor you have a right to have that opinion.
What they say may be repulsive. It's a tension. I don't know how you resolve it, how you deal with it. That's a tension.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a both and, Rabbi.
Go ahead. Say it again, Batya.
Maybe, maybe Michael, you're honoring them by realizing, okay, they're human, they grieve, so I'm honoring the fact that they're human, even though what they're saying is maybe horrific to you. So you found a place of commonality, which makes us more human, and then we can find, that there is something in common we have with someone that we perceive as threatening or horrible.
I like that. My worry is that when we cut people off altogether, is that then we start to dehumanize. And we stop seeing that they have a right to their being.
Right. I also think that it's important to recognize that opinions are malleable throughout one's lifetime, so it's not fair to hold them to one standard consistently for all time.
Yeah. Or to ourselves. Everything's changing. Nice. All right. Good.
Can I add a piece that's popping up for me?
Please, Callie.
I think this feels a lot like the difference between the golden rule, right? Do unto others what you would have them do to you. Versus...
Oh, yeah. The golden rule. And I don't know if everyone else knows because I thought that was the last rule and there was nothing above that. And Callie, what is the next one?
Well, or you could say the original is what is hateful to you, do not do to another. Right. So
wait. So slow down. Let me make sure I understand the difference. There's one, treat others the way you would want to be treated, and then there's don't treat others the way you wouldn't want to be treated. So one's got two negatives, one's just the do to others as you would want. What's the difference there, lady? I'm confused.
Well, the golden rule presupposes that we know what's good for other people and that we know what other people want, which is bogus. But what is hateful to humanity, like we have a lot more in common in terms of what we don't want, pain, suffering, those sorts of things. And so that almost feels like a lower common denominator to avoid causing suffering to others, as opposed to, here, I made you this cake because I want cake, but truthfully, you don't eat cake.
Okay. So you're saying the better standard is don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you.
And I think that gets more to this like common human thing. Like we don't necessarily have to respect each other. We don't have to like each other's opinions, but that like basic common humanity is at the center of that. But I'm not being articulate enough.
You're good. I think we got you. Meg, what do you have?
Well, I've always learned the rule that you do unto others what they want done unto them.
Right. So that was my son calls it. He's like, well, we all knew the golden rule, but the platinum rule is exactly what Meg just said, is that you do for others what they would want.
Right.
Well, that's interesting. Go ahead, Rags. Do you have something you're saying?
I'm thinking of somebody you referred to a while ago, and what he wants done to him could be dangerous to everybody.
I hear it. And then there's that other version of the golden rule that he might believe, which is those with the gold rule.
Yeah. having respect for everyone, honoring everyone, that's where we want to go.
Yeah. That was the part that when I heard that part about honoring other people is when I thought, well, let's look at this quote today. How do we honor other people? And I think that would be the thing I would have us think about, is how do we honor each other? How do we honor all the people we can as best we can? It could be exhausting to do, but I think that's what we're called to do. Yeah.
Rabbi,
Yes.
one Hebrew thing, the word kavod, honor, comes from the same word in Hebrew that means heaviness.
Wait, hold on. Let me pull the text back up. Where are you? Honored.
The word for honor,
yeah,
is the same root word for the word heaviness.
Kavod. Right. There's a
Kavod.
Yeah. And what are you making out of that? I'm going to agree with you. So
very difficult. It's burdensome, but it's also elevating. It's it pulls up and pulls down simultaneously. It's very aligning, kind of an aligning idea.
So what do we make of that? That honoring is weighty.
It's not easy to do. What Michael's just describing. Sometimes the honoring, and it's hard for you to do it, and that's a growth moment, which kind of feeds back into our wisdom conversation.
Yeah.
Michael, is that kind of where you're going with that?
Yeah. Exactly.
This is not light. This ain't easy.
Right.
But it's worth it. Okay, good. Wonderful. We're going to do a quick, and now for something completely different. Those of you who remember last week, Liz and Ethan had their wedding. That was me. I got to give total props to Jane because she found me a face mask that matched my tallis and my tie.
Love it.
Because she's really good. And I'll just show you for a quick moment.
That's great.
This was a wedding where there were they each had one attendant. There was a fiddler, a photographer, and me, and then there were people in the back outside. All of their neighbors showed up. It was very, very dear, and we streamed it live. And anyone who would like to watch Liz and Ethan's wedding, I can. I'll throw the chat. I'll throw that up in the chat. Wait, where's my chat window? There it is. Hold on. And here's the thing: if I'm not really sure the exact etiquette, I have to check Emily Post a little. Oops, that was not it. I have to check Emily Post, but there's their wedding. If you want to watch their wedding, there it is. There was the fiddler. It was such a fun, ridiculous wedding. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought, guys. I apologize.
Something about Emily Post.
Oh, yeah, about Emily Post. Thank you so much. So my comment was that if you watch the video and you don't go to the wedding, you only have to send a picture of a gift.
Duly noted.
Yeah. So if you watch Liz and Ethan's, just take like a screenshot of anything and just send it to them. They that's what they get. Hold on. All right. So we're gonna look at this quote now, if you would. That the birds of worry and care fly above your head, this you cannot change, but that they build nests in your hair, this you can prevent. I like there were a few people who just checked their hair. That was good. That birds of worry and care fly above your head, this you cannot change. But that they build nests in your hair, this you can prevent. I love this quote.
It's like you can't change someone's nature, but you can change how it affects you.
You can't change their nature. Right, that's dealing with other people. I think, let's start first with how this affects us. We're not talking about the birds that are flying over someone else's head. I'm talking about the birds of worry and care that fly over your head. Jen Stock, you seem to be nodding along a little bit there. Not nodding off, but nodding along. Do you have a comment on that?
Sure. I think that it's sort of like like the Serenity Prayer. You accept the things you cannot change and know the wisdom to know the difference.
Right, the courage to change the things you can and the wisdom to know the difference. So help us out. How is there wisdom to know the difference between what you can and cannot change here?
So, there's always going to be worries. There's always going to be cares. But maybe the dwelling of it in your mind kind of thing is just going to have to learning to let go or learning to just sort of process and move on.
Yeah.
But that's a self thing. I mean, it's hard. It is, definitely.
I think it also gives... Yeah, Batya, what you got?
I have a vulnerability to share. Yesterday was just so heavy for me. Talk about honor. I spent a lot of time honoring Juneteenth and reflecting back on, where I was. I was a little girl in the mid-60s, and I just really felt the heaviness, and I went to bed feeling heavy, and I feel like this morning service is helping me unburden. What I did last night before bed was I did something light, and I watched a show that, 40 minutes of something that brought my heart back into a very, very warm place of not only am I connected to the heaviness that's going on outside of me, but that there's a balance somewhere. And I feel so vulnerable to take care of myself and keep finding that balance of honoring what's going on outside and honoring how it's affecting me.
So let me switch gears a little bit, because that's what we can do in a live service like this. Let's talk about what's going on in people's lives and hearts right now. How, on a scale of like zero gravity to you're wearing a lead belt of an extra 150 pounds. How heavy are you right now? How heavy are people's hearts today? Just at this moment, are you like, I can't get out of bed. I'm stuck. I'm too heavy. Or I'm a flibberty gibbet and I'm floating fancy free. Let's see on the screen, where are you from all the way down? I'm down to I'm light as air. Where do you find yourself? It's your own scale, of course. We're all about there. Right, so the middle's that. I always find 50% to be kind of like a little bit of a cop-out answer. So I want you to be a little above or a little below that 50% mark. And where's my friend Sarah Maria? We were talking about that yesterday.
I'm right here.
I see.
I'm actually a little below right now.
A little below. Yesterday you were 2 steps a little above.
Yep.
Yesterday our scale was on the scale of Sally Fields accepting an award to Eeyore. You got to keep it interesting. So talk to us, Sarah Maria. What's going on?
No, it's just the storytelling, right? So I found, I heard something this morning from my sister about the grandkids, whatever. It's all foster care issues and whatever. And so it's heavy on my heart. That's all.
Yeah.
It's, just having the emotions.
And I think that's what this quote can help us with. Is it's not personal. Those birds are going to show up. Why? Because they do.
I also feel like right now people are having to recalibrate what it means for them to feel heavy, because our baseline might normally be here, but with all of the extra stresses in the world right now, we just have a different baseline than we did 6 months ago.
Yeah. Makes me wonder why. I'll stop it. So the birds of worry and care fly above our heads. That we cannot change. All right, but that they build a nest in your hair, this you can prevent. Anyone got any good tips on bird spray that they use to what do you do yourself to keep the birds from nesting?
Stop feeding the birds.
Stop feeding the birds. I think that's a great first step. How many of us feed the birds sometimes. Say that again?
I think everybody feeds the birds.
Everybody feeds the birds sometimes. Let me, hey, go ahead, Sherry.
I have fed them in the past.
You have fed them in the past. You're not feeding them right now.
Really? Try not to.
Yeah. Feeding them less than ever. All right. So here I'm gonna assert some rabbinic authority. I'm gonna say like this is a directive. I hardly ever give directives. Hey, people, when you find yourself feeding the birds, two things. One, see if you can stop. And two, see if you cannot beat yourself up for having fallen into the thing of feeding the birds again. You feel me? We all start feeding the birds again. And when we realize we've been feeding the birds, a lot of times we go, what is wrong with me? And I'm going to say that's another way of feeding the birds. That we need to forgive ourselves and say, not like with no, whoopsie, I did it again, but kind of like, oh, look at that, I did it again. Tone is very important in these spiritual issues. All right, so there's that. I'm going to give us a prompt. First, let me check in. Hi, people. How are we doing? This is a live service. I get to, see, like, give me some feedback. We're all right. We're all breathing. Is there anything that's super mega pressing on somebody's heart that they're like, I really need to express this to a group? We can adapt and do?
My little cousin, not even 2, went in the hospital yesterday and probably needs a heart transplant.
Oh. Well, that weighs heavy.
Yeah, that's...
Thank you for sharing that, Sherry.
Can you tell us a name to pray for? They're using the name Paul Sacedo.
Okay. I'm going to add Paul Sacedo to... We got a prayer list upstairs. Anyone else got a thing? Yeah, Jeff?
I'm actually worried about what's going to happen in Tulsa today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weighing on our hearts. Patty, what do you got, my friend?
How to deal with anxiety, and I know we're just talking about birds.
Yeah.
In your hair. I have a number of birds in my hair.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yes, it is.
It's rough. Anxiety's no joke.
With a little water and they go away.
Yeah, I think that's my COVID hair is attracting more birds. Anyone else? We got a thing on our hearts we'd like to share out? Okay. I'm going to show you guys a formula. There it is. Thankfulness minus complaints equals gratitude. It's just math. Your gratitude practice is just math. That's it. The amount of gratitude you have can be defined by the number of times you're grateful, the number of times you're thankful, subtracting out the number of times you bitch and moan and complain about things. At the end of the day, you had 47 moments of conscious thankfulness and you had 82 moments of unconscious complaints. That's your gratitude practice for the day. I'm not sure that they weigh equally and that you can add it up and say, oh, today was a negative 41. I don't know that. But I do know that our personal numbers can move up and down based on those two factors. How much gratitude you have depends on two things. Okay, without looking at the screen. Here, I'll block that off. There it goes. Gratitude practice is equal to what two things? See if you can get those two parts in your head without seeing them. Gratitude is equal to thankfulness. Yeah. And when I say thankfulness, I qualify that as conscious moments of thankfulness. And the complaints I qualify as conscious or unconscious moments of complaint. You get that? Because I think even if we're complaining and we don't hear ourselves complaining, we hear ourselves complaining. Right? So, this being said, which one do you think's easier to tweak? Adding more thankfulness or taking away, like, all right, let's do Pareto principle. Let's pretend, let's all be like leadership consultants. Which one do you think in your client's case, which is you, would be the most effective change? Would be from adding 10 more moments of gratitude or working a little harder at not complaining? Let's see, show of hands, how many people think the lever that they should push to get the maximum change in their gratitude practice, the lever they should push should be adding more thankfulness? How many of you think that would be the one that this is going to really knock you over the top? And how many people think the one that will really work this week is going to be to stop complaining a little more?
I think it's actually both. The less you complain, the more thankfulness you feel.
Yeah. Your gratitude practice is going to go either which way. You change either of those two variables, the bottom line is going to change. But what I want you to do is I want you in this to think of which of the two you want to work on. Do you want to add thankfulness? And if you want to add thankfulness, I got a game for you. Oh, it is a rough one. So I do a gratitude journal every night. I send 5 things that I'm thankful for to some people. I just say, today I was thankful for this, I was thankful for that. I'm going to give you a gratitude practice that's so gnarly and obnoxious.
Love you too.
You don't have to do, right? You're all here. This is free will. Well, you get to do that. So here's this gratitude practice that you might want to try. At the end of the day, write down 5 things that you were not thankful for, but write them down as though you were thankful for them. So you write down, and I remember I did this when Emmett was still pretty young, and I wrote down, I am thankful that my son woke me up at 4 a.m. And I knew I was writing it with a lot of snark. Like, I was writing like, I'm thankful that he woke me up. But when you write it down, tone disappears. We all know that from text messages. There's no tone. So when I wrote it down, what I actually wrote down was, I'm thankful that my son woke me up at 4 a.m. And that did something in my head. So if you want to supersize your thankfulness for the next few days, write down 5 things that you would otherwise have been bitter about. At the end of the day, write down those 5 things that you're thankful for them.
Well, it's kind of like flipping it.
It is totally flipping it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You willing to try it?
Let me ask you about your gratitude. Like at the end of every yoga class, like,
yeah.
You have 5 things of gratitude. My things are always the same.
Good.
I mean,
health, happiness, sense of humor, family.
Are yours?
Tends to be what I'm thankful for. But I will also say, Sherry, I found an exception. So I did this gratitude practice of writing my ungratitude list for a while. And then I came across, and you're in a similar situation with your nephew. It was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to write down, I'm thankful that my nephew needs a heart transplant.
Yeah.
So I had a mentee of mine whose job situation was abusing her. And I was like, no, game over. I can't do it for this one. So there are definitely exceptions, and I want to make that clear. Your nephew having a heart issue, this is not, let's just put a smile on it. No.
I just said yesterday to my friend whose daughter got a clear PET scan from cancer that my son had cancer, and I said, I would trade that, although at the same time, life is a bit sweeter every day.
Yeah.
Although I still would go back the other way. But
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so here, everybody, I want you to make a little commitment. I want you to make a commitment to how you're going to play the gratitude game in the next week. You're going to be adding thanks, five things you're going to email to somebody at the end of the day. 5 things you're going to just write down for yourself, the ungratitude list, or knocking down the complaints. How many of you have ever tried the 21-day no complaint challenge? It's rough. It is horrible. But it's a great game to play. I find for a lot of people, not complaining is the easiest way to shift this gratitude. Is to
Why 21?
I don't know. Will Bowen came up with this. He's a minister, and he came up with the 21-day no complaint challenge. I think it's just kind of runs off your tongue easily. If you can do it for 19 days, you might get the same result. But the game is you got to go 21 days without a verbal complaint. You're allowed to complain in your mind. I made the rule that I'm allowed to complain to my wife, and I'm allowed to complain to my therapist.
It takes 21 days to form a habit.
It takes 21 days to form a habit. It took me 4 months to go 21 days. Oh, yeah, it has to be 21 days in a row. It can't be like, I went for 7 hours, and then I complained, and then I went... That's not the game. Oh, I'm sorry. I got my shame-proof pants on today. That's not going to work. No shame here. All right, I got to make a little... So, wait, I got to make sure everyone's got it. Everyone knows what they're going to do to try to tweak their gratitude practice? Everyone also is going to get a little bit of bird repellent? Okay, I got some announcements here. Hold on, here are some announcements. Not tomorrow, Rabbi office hours. Anybody who wants, stump the rabbi, or just hang out like this, but it's less of a service. That's Monday at 10 a.m. After that, every day, I have been enjoying this. Every day I sit for 20 minutes, I meditate, and then I came to realize, what good is meditation unless you show people that you're meditating? It doesn't count unless it's on Facebook. So I've been streaming my meditations to Facebook Live. My friend Greg, who's on the Board of Religion Outside the Box, says it's like religious performance art. So this thing you see on the screen right there, that's pretty much what you're looking at for about 20 minutes if you watch. But the goal isn't to watch. The goal is to just sit for 20 minutes. And those of you who know me know that my meditation style is JFST meditation. Everyone knows what that one stands for? Just fucking sit there. That's it. We just sit for 20 minutes. And yesterday I had a great experience. After I was done, I saw that every 5 minutes or so, my friend Casey would text, I can't keep my eyes closed any longer. I'm going to try again. And then 5 minutes later, he would... It's a lovely way to go. So 20-minute meditations, that's 2 o'clock Pacific. Rabbi Brian's Etsy shop. Oh, look, I have I'll get to that one in a second. If you like this program and you want to continue to support it, please do. I love running these programs. I love that people are able to do them. I love that I can offer them all to be free. That's really important to me. I really think that is. And if it's important to you, please, if you aren't already, help out. Please help out. I got a gift for you today. There it is. I have these. It's called a tincture of time. Wait, let me make that smaller. There we go. It's a tincture of time because I think a lot of us don't know how to take time off. But if you get it on a prescription pad, you go, oh, that's important. It was on a prescription pad. So if you would like me to write your name right there where it says name, and then give you some time off, medically approved, send me an email, Give me your address, and I'll give you a page of this. If you would like, if you're in the medical field and you would like an entire pad to give out to people, please send me an email, and I'll send you the entire pad. Religion can be fun, right? Little prescription pad for time out. And also the prescription might include meditating for 20 minutes a day. It's up to you. Just take some time off, people. I didn't hear that one.
I like that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like that. Thank you. Wait. There we go.
Do you meditate on Saturday and Sunday too?
I try to meditate every day. I don't do everything perfect. There are days I miss. But, yeah, every day at about 2 o'clock, I find that 20 minutes of having my eyes closed, and, sometimes it's 17 minutes. And also, I now am doing them sitting, sitting. I used to do my meditations laying down. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to lay down for 20 minutes a day? Do that, too. I have this... I really think that this whole world would be so much better if more people did less. I'm going to say that again because I really like the way it sounds. I think this world would be a better place if we could encourage more people to do less. Amen. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
So here, as we're coming towards the end, I want you to think of the answers to these questions. Something you discovered, realized, or learned again, and something that you intend to do. And Sarah Norman, not to say that I'm going to call on you first, but I'm going to ask you if you would like to share. Oh, and look, I got one here. We got a little amen came from Jonathan Lax. Nice to see you, Jonathan Lax. So those of you who were here at the very beginning might remember that Jonathan Lax at some point took over my screen sharing by accident. And we had comedy for a few minutes. So I'm glad you're here, John. All right. Something that you discovered, realized, learned, and or something you intend to do. Sarah Norman, what do you got, my friend? Oh, we can't hear you. Can you try that again? Okay, our microphone situation is not working for you, Sarah. Or she really didn't want to answer and she's just doing this. I don't know. It could be. All right. Who April. While we're working on Sarah, what did you discover, realize, learn yet again? And the reason I ask people this is because what you remember might spark someone else. And it might help them to see for themselves, too. April, what do you got, my friend?
I guess that it doesn't take that much time to take time to comfort somebody who is grieving and sharing, and that it can mean a lot just to say, I see you, and you have every right to be feeling that way rather than saying, that person is minimizing it and trying to put it in a box.
I love that. Thank you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you, April. Right? I hope that inspires more people to do more of that. Rita, not to put you on the spot, but I did. What did you discover, realize, learn, or something that you intend to do based on our time here to get together?
Well, I guess how important gratitude is.
Yeah.
How it's kind of what's helping me get through being imprisoned.
Yeah.
When I take time and think about the things I'm thankful for, it's been really helped me to keep more or less in sort of a spiritual perspective.
Yeah, gratitude is the progenitor of all other virtues. Gratitude opens up our entire world. It changes our perspective. It's amazing. I love it. Good. Thank you, Rita. Sarah Norman, you want to try your microphone again?
Do I have audio?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey! I think it's because my earphones have been plugged in and it didn't switch over when I plucked them out.
So what do you got? Discovered, realized, learned, or something you intend to do?
Well, this week I learned just how little I take care of myself.
Oh.
And that resulted in me booking 2 weeks off work to enjoy some sandy beaches.
Wow.
Hooray!
Wow.
That's fantastic. That's some quick action.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I had actually booked off 1 week, but my employer asked if I wanted to take 2 weeks instead. She just figured I just didn't want to ask for 2 weeks in a row.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I'm from an area that has nice sandy beaches, so I'm going to go spend some time with family before we get locked down again. Sandy beaches.
Love it.
And a little niece.
Good.
Who is, I think, 8 months old now.
That sounds lovely. Sounds lovely. Good. I'm glad to hear. Anyone who's got a burning thing that they discovered, realized, learned again, they had an aha moment.
I ran and got my Croquet a Vote book, which is my favorite book.
So thank you for saying it. So Pirkei Avot, Parkavot. I put it into the chat. That's the name of this section of the Mishnah, year 200. That's just on ethics. It's these aphorisms. It's aphorism after aphorism. There's some brilliant, beautiful things in there. Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, it's a great wisdom there.
Actually, Rabbi Brian, you reminded me of something I did about 5 years ago. It's cross stitch.
What? Help us read it there, Lee.
Well, it's the Serenity Prayer.
Oh, there. Okay, great. It's quite a script you did.
Why, thank you. Lovely.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. It's well done. And I have a wonderful out about the Serenity Prayer. So the Serenity Prayer says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. God, grant me the serenity to grant me the courage to change the things I can. And God, grant me the wisdom. And here's the thing. If I don't have the courage to do the things that I need to do, and if I don't have the acceptance, it's because God hasn't given it to me yet. And I don't mean that to be like a tap dance so I don't have to be responsible. But when I find myself, it goes back to that bird, right? When we find that we let the bird nest and we've been feeding it. It goes back to that of when I find that I haven't been able to accept the things I cannot change, and I haven't had the courage to change the things I can, and I haven't had the wisdom, is to just realize I didn't have them then because, however this means, God didn't have it in plan for me to do that right yet. And then I can accept that and say, all right, now it's time. Now let me try again. I haven't really, that's maybe I haven't said that aloud many times. I think that I'm looking at your faces. I think that made some sense. We'll go for it again. We're at 9:00. I want to thank all of you for being here. I'll be here again next week. I hope you guys can come. And I know the numbers of people doesn't make a difference, and really it shouldn't. But I sure would love to share whatever goodness we're doing here with more people. Not from the ego point of view that I want to have more people, but I want to help more people. So if this could be helpful to people you know, bring them along next week, would you? Okay. Everyone. Oh, and thank you to Joe and thank you to Alex for always being so helpful. I always appreciate it, and didn't shout out to you guys. And bye, guys. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.